And of course, nothing ever survives forever. So this is the lovely Hart Inflator, the 20-volt inflator. Now, I've already started a teardown video. I have not started a teardown video. This is the beginning of one. This is going to be the complete teardown of this lovely thing because I released one video, or I may have not released it yet, on this inflator. It works pretty good. I did a test on a 5-gallon tank, how much time it would take to fill up to, let's say, a reasonable PSI. So let's get started here. So this terrible inflator, this wonderful device, actually has a lot of good features, but let's say the motor and everything's functioning, but something broke between the motor and the piston and is rattling around in there. I'd shake it now, but I'm already 6 screws into this teardown. Now, actually, it's probably a lot more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Phillips head screwdrivers. You can use a standard, I believe this is a number 3 head, Phillips head. I'm using a magnetic, I believe it's generic, could be a snap-on. I'm not sure. I find screwdrivers all the time. They fall out of pickup trucks. So, hey. But I should probably pop that off because I think it's going to tear down right down the middle. Now, I could be wrong. I'm going to flip her over and grab these screws. I do apologize. The lighting was terrible. Now, almost all the screws are out. This one here won't. It appears I should start prying from the bottom. It should come apart right from the clamshell. Now, I thought this would be a good idea to remove. I wanted to give you guys a demo. You hear that? That's what's going on. Now, through the power editing, you'll now see this torn apart. Now, I had to pry on this quite a bit to get it off. But you can see here, there's already a lot of metal, looks like friction material. And I don't know if you can see the shine on the light. Not only from the grease, but from the material. Appears to be metal. So let's see what appears to be broken in here. The setup doesn't look half bad. And here it is. Let's see if I can get this wonderful Samsung autofocus to work. See it? It's working. The pistons come undone. How's that for quality? The looks like retaining pin for it is not there anymore. I'm actually sure that this piston would probably slide out entirely. I'm not going to do that because I know how annoying it is to try to get these things back together. Appears the gauge has a beautiful vacuum actuator. I think I could repurpose this. Now, I actually believe I'm going to just repurpose the base of this because I bought it on clearance. Pretty sure the return on clearance items is final. The product was working. But to share with you guys that this Hart inflator is really just for emergency purposes only. I tested it to completion and when you got to failure, and the motor did not fail. The motor is actually still very good. Appears it doesn't have any heat damage, nothing. So I'll give it to that. And I put this motor through some hell. But the piston design, having a plastic piston rod, was its downfall. Anytime you have plastic taking higher temperatures, there will be heavier fatiguing. Plastic does not like heat. Plastic will wear very quickly. And yeah, that's exactly what happened here. It wore. So we will probably find a way to repurpose this piston. Maybe I'll make a makeshift hammer drill or something out of there. Oh, there's the grommet. Oh, there's the prize. And it looks like this is the bad boy that popped off. Sorry, I was looking at it. See if I can get Samsung's wonderful autofocus to see this. It feels like metal. It looks like brass, maybe. It's definitely a softer metal, but brass on steel on plastic. Feels like there's a little bearing in there. There's definitely a melted piece of plastic I'm going to pick off here. If you could see that. What the hell's that, you know? Looks like I melted some of that plastic retaining clip I was talking about. So, you know, if your tire's short, a couple pounds short, this inflator would be good for you. But, nah. You know, emergency purposes, emergency flat, once in a blue, it might last a while. But if it starts to heat up, turn it off. I highly recommend turning it off. This is what happens when you go oilless. Look at that. It's terrible. This grease is garbage. It's already carboned up, and I have barely an hour of total work time on this thing. Well, anyway. Well, let's take a little more in-depth look at this. It appears to have a decent 20-volt motor. Pretty decent cooling. The angles are done right for the wiring. The clearance is very tight between this fan and these wires here. But it doesn't look like it had any rubbing. The fan doesn't feel... it feels... It's a magnetic fan. So if you push on it and you move it to the next magnet, you can feel them. It's pretty weird. It felt like it locked up on me going that way. Oh, yes, the piston rod was hitting. But it's weird. It's like, hold this, hold this, hold this. I don't know. Sorry, magnet ADD. But this is the inside of your wonderful Hart. Forget the model number was HPIF01, 20 volt. I want to say compressor, but it's a tire inflator. It comes with cool tools. It's great for balls or something, you know, soccer balls or something. But other than that, I would not use this on your tractor trailer, diesel truck, 20-inch rim, you know, anything that takes a lot of air. Not for you. Doesn't matter the battery, because the battery never actually drained completely on this thing. This overheated and would stop running the whole machine. So I'm going to attempt some reassembly. If it doesn't work, then I'm going to be using this power supply to power some old tools. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Stay safe, wear your mask, get vaccinated.